What is up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. And there's no Four Nations game yesterday, no USHL games today. So let's jump straight into the standings as we go over the standings of the NHL Monday. What's up? Welcome into the podcast. Hope you're having a great day so far. Got a couple shout outs to do, get them out of the way quick and early. If you haven't already, I repost things quite frequently on there. The only place I'll talk about hockey outside of my podcast. Go ahead and follow that. I'm the most active on there. It's a link in the description on this podcast and previous ones. Go ahead and follow the Facebook page. The only place you get my daily NHL and USHL predictions. And at least you turn on the post notifications YouTube channel, which you definitely should do right now if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching Spotify, come over to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like this video, and turn post notifications all while you're at it. But yeah, at least you turn post notifications on the YouTube channel. Facebook's the only place you get my date right before I go live. That's in my description. And Mission Podcast blog on Facebook, my Instagram, my website, my Twitch Discord, my actual podcast Discord, Spotify, everything. All my social media, my website, my Twitch Discord. USHL discussion group with about 5.2 thousand USHL fans in the Facebook group. I made myself and about 1,000 Dubuque Flying Saints fans in the Saints Live group. That's also linked in my description. All that stuff and more is linked in the description of this podcast episode and previous ones. Just to get the shout outs out the way, we shall definitely go straight into the NHL standings from here. At this point, the Florida Panthers are number one in the Atlantic right now. They are 34-20 and 3 for 71 points, 73 in the last 10. This team's starting to pick up heat. Forwards scoring like that, just as good as they have been all season. Very high rate defense, finding consistent groove. Bobrovsky is really, really cooking right now. This whole team's looking like the Stanley Cup winning Panthers team that we knew loved last year. They're looking dangerous. Number 2, Toronto Maple Leafs. They're 33-20 and 2 for 68 points. They are a completely different Toronto Maple Leafs team. And that is flashy and offensively driven. Yeah, something like that. As they were under head coach Sheldon Keefe. But they're a lot more defensive. Like more of a defensive team and better goaltending, more disciplined, stuff like that. A better structured team for coming playoff time. For sure. But they look less flashy, and that's by design for Craig Berube. He makes his team look not as flashy, so they're not as strong offensively, but they're way more physical. They're way more defensive minded. They care more on the defensive side of the puck. And they have way better goaltending, the more disciplined. I think this team's going to be sneaky good come playoff time. But I don't really like the forward depth. The forward depth concerns me because Max Domi is very underwhelming. Nick Robertson's been hit or miss, but yeah, I don't know. The forward depth is really bad. The bottom 6 is horrendous. Top 6, phenomenal. Top 6 is going to have to carry them. Defense have been pretty good. Goaltending's been great. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Goes around to, but we got Tampa Lightning in number 3 in the Atlantic, 31-20 and 4 for 68 points, 197 goals, which is a great number, even higher than the Capitals and the Florida Panthers. They had a 4-game win streak heading into the Four Nations face-off break, including all 4 of those, I believe, against Atlantic Division rivals who are close, chasing behind them. 6-3-1 in the last 10. This team's scoring at ridiculous rates. Defense playing great. Vasi playing great. I'm telling you, this team's going to be also very dangerous come the playoffs. All 3 of those Atlantic teams are going to be pretty dangerous come playoff time. In the Metro, we got number 1 seed, the Washington Capitals, 36-11 and 8 for 80 points. 6-1-3 in the last 10. They lost in a shootout in the last game to the Utah Hockey Club heading into the Four Nations break. This team is second in the league in points, but the best in point percentage. Since they have 1 less point than the Jets and 1 less game played. So yeah, the Washington Capitals are looking great. Probably the second best offense in the entire Eastern Conference, only behind the Lightning, statistically. But it's probably the best defense and goaltending tandem out of the East right now, statistically. Them, the Devils and them are really close. But yeah, Capitals. I know a lot of people don't believe in the Capitals, but I do. I don't see. I get your forward depth concerns, and I understand that. But what they've been able to do this season is truly outstanding. And I believe in Logan Thompson a lot because what he's been able to do in past playoff runs. has been great. The defense is phenomenal. I think defense and goaltending is going to carry them a long way by themselves. And the offense and special teams has been great as is. I believe if the offense and special teams start to take a slight step down, which I don't even know if it will, but assuming it takes a slight step down, the offense and defense and goaltending going to really be able to carry them far. I think it's going to be between them and the Hurricanes will go to the Eastern Conference Finals to play an Atlantic Division team more than likely. So yeah. But here's what the Eastern wildcard race is looking like right now. Ottawa Senators and Detroit Red Wings are on the 2 playoff spots right now. Take a second to look at that. Pause the podcast right now if you want to. So yeah, go ahead and pause that if you want. So yeah, I think the number 1 in the Atlantic, I still think it's gonna be Florida. The 2 hot right now. I could see the Leafs overtaking them, but I'm gonna take the Panthers here to get it done. Number 2, I'm gonna take the Leafs. The Lightning are hot right now, but so are the Leafs, honestly. So I'm gonna take the Leafs to get number 2. Number 3 is gonna be the Lightning. Those 3 teams I think are locked for number 1, 2, and 3 in the division, respectively. I don't know. Ottawa's right there, but Tampa Bay's trying to get some separation from them, especially as they picked up 2 wins over them heading into the 4-nation face-off break. For the Metro, number 1 Washington Capitals are 10 points ahead of the Hurricanes with 1 game in hand. Capitals, I really like the odds of the Capitals to come away with this Metropolitan Division, so yeah, I'm taking them. Number 2, Hurricanes. Devils are struggling to find wins. I could definitely see the Devils overtaking the Hurricanes for that spot, but I think Mikko Rantanen's going to really start clicking in that system soon enough, and that's going to get the Hurricanes to pick up even more wins, and I think the Hurricanes are going to be really hot heading into the playoffs. Number 3, I think the Devils. I think with Markstrom out for 4 to 6 weeks, I think like a week before, like a couple days before 4 Nations, so probably be like about like 3 to 5 weeks, probably 3 to 5 weeks until he returns after the 4 Nations face-off break. So hopefully he'll be back by the playoffs, and healthy for the playoffs. But with him out for 3 to 5 weeks or whatever the length of that injury will be, I think the Hurricanes are gonna be able to keep on that spot with that in mind. And the Hurricanes have a game in hand, so that's gonna help them out in that case. And then my 2 wildcard teams, number 1's Ottawa. In my opinion, I think Ottawa's gonna make it. The 2 wildcard spots up, the second wildcard spot up to 2 teams. Rangers and Red Wings. Red Wings are looking a lot better. They can get the penalty kill under control, which is improving. Heading in the 4-nation face-off break, I can definitely see Red Wings making the playoffs. I've been saying the Rangers for a while, but it's either going to be the Rangers or the Red Wings. But I'm going to take whatever team I say makes it doesn't decide to fall off most of the time. I don't know. I'm going to say Red Wings. I think the Red Wings are going to make it. Yeah. I think the Red Wings are looking more consistent right now. I could definitely see the Rangers winning if they get in a bit of a streak there, but I don't know. I think the Senators and Red Wings will be 2 teams out of the Eastern Wildcard teams to make it. But look at the West here. In the Central, number 1 in the Central, the Winnipeg Jets, 39-14, 81 points, 8-2 in the last 10. 8-game win streak heading 4 Nations face-off break. By far the hottest team in the NHL. Heading into 4 Nations break. And yeah, this team's nasty. Best goaltender in the world far and away this season. Maybe not far and away this season because Logan Thompson and Stowalls have been great. But he's far and away the best goalie in the league at this point, including the season. Offense off the charts. Special teams off the charts. Defense great. First team to 200 goals. This team's nasty. This team's absolutely filthy. I could see this team making a deep playoff run to the Stanley Cup final. I don't like the matchup between them and the Avalanche. I think the Avalanche are going to get them like what they did last year, but I talked about that in my last playoff predictions. I'll talk about it more when the actual playoff bracket's out in April, but we're going to have to see how that goes. But like, yeah, I really, really like the Jets team as a whole. I really like it. Field number 2, the Dallas Stars, 35-18 and 272 points, 17-1 in the last 10. Yeah, Stars are on fire. Andre's really picking up some heat. The Smith has been a great backup goaltender. Defense has been great. Offense has been great. Special teams have been great. Dallas Stars team is looking on fire. I could see them making a bit of a run too because they have the experience to do so, and they have the good, and the rock solid, steady, sturdy playoff pedigree that the team needs. But number 3, the Minnesota Wild, 33-19, 4 for 70 points, 6-4 in the last 10. This team's not winning enough games to really overtake the Stars, but they're not losing enough games to fall below the Avalanche right now. I think the Avalanche are going to overtake them by the end of the season, but I could see the Wild holding on to the spot because they're winning enough games to hold on to the spot throughout this far. I don't like the fact that they're 500 at home. You're technically one game above 500, but they're really good on the road. Pretty hit or miss at home for sure. If they can get their home record even better before the playoffs starts, that'd be huge for the playoff success. Playoff odds for them to have success in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, got it. Yeah. In the Pacific Division, number one's the Edmonton Oilers, 34, 17, 4 for 72 points, 5-4 in the last 10. This team has been great ever since they stopped that losing streak in the beginning of the season. They've been great, just like they were last season. We're going to see what they can do come playoff time, see if they can replicate that. Yeah, McDavid a Cup. We're going to see what happens here. And Team Vegas going next, going to try their hardest to stop that. 33, 17, 6 for 72 points, 4-3 in the last 10. They were looking pretty shaky there for a while, but they got 2 wins heading in the 4-nation face-off break. Hopefully, for them, at least, they can come out of the 4-nation face-off break and give themselves a chance to overtake Edmonton. Edmonton does have a game in hand with the same amount of points. I do like Edmonton controlling their own fate, but I talked about that last week, but I'll talk about that more in a second. Number 3, the Los Angeles Kings got 29, 17, and 7 for 65 points, 4-4-2 in the last 10. They were looking a bit shaky heading in the 4-nation face-off break. Good enough to keep this spot at number 3 in the Pacific. They'll face either Edmonton or Vegas in the first round. It's very, very likely because they're probably going to get the third spot in the Pacific. Maybe second if they get lucky, but probably third. Wild card, here are the wild card teams right now. I think the Avalanche are going under a lot of people's radars right now. I'm very, very high in the Avalanche. I think they're going to win the Cup this season. That's how high I am. Nathan McKinnon and Marty Necas, Cale McCarr, those guys are so fast. The fastest team in the NHL. One of the most skillful teams in the NHL. They have playoff pedigree. They made it to the second round, won 2 games over a very, very good Stars team in the second round with Georgiev and net. Blackwood's been much better than Georgiev. I think he's going to be much better. The team's going to pick up heat heading in the playoffs, in my opinion. They had the playoff pedigree. They have the playoff experience. They have it all. I'm really high in this Avalanche team this season. But my Central Division picks, number 1, Winnipeg. Fair. Right. Number 2, Dallas Stars. Yep. Number 3, I'm going to take the Avalanche. In the Pacific, number 1, Edmonton. I like them controlling their own fate a lot. I think they're going to do well with that. Edmonton's going to hang on, get number 1 in the Pacific. Number 2 in the Pacific is going to be Vegas. Number 3, Los Angeles Kings. In the wildcard teams, number 1's going to be Minnesota. Number 2's going to be Vancouver. So let's look at what would the playoff bracket be like if that would be the case. It would be, assuming the Capitals win the President's Trophy, the Jets win the Western Conference. It'd be Capitals versus Red Wings first round series, Panthers Senators first round series, Leafs Lightning Hurricanes Devils. And then it would be the Winnipeg Jets Vancouver Canucks, Dallas Stars Avalanche, Oilers Wild, Knights Kings. That would be the playoff bracket. That'd be interesting. That's going to do it for today's NHL Monday. Hope you enjoyed today's NHL Monday. Have a great night, watchers, live watchers, after live at night. Have a great morning, evening, afternoon, or whatever time you're watching this. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow this podcast, watchers on Spotify. Hit the video if you haven't already. I post notifications if you haven't already. And so, yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's episode 19 of season 9 for NHL Monday. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Tuesday of episode 20 of season 9. It's a halfway mark of season 9. See you there. Peace.